Hello, everybody, and welcome to the MTG Paper Legacy Weekly Finals. I'm Pres BOTW, joined here by Chaotic Bear. How's it going today, Bear?
Super. How's it going, man?
Oh, it's going just fine. First tournament in 2021, starting an hour earlier, and seems to have worked well. Other than we didn't get the 6 rounds, is why we bumped it back. But hey, we'll get it again soon.
Yeah. What a funny funny irony there.
Oh, turn on the Thoughtseize. Thanks for the follow. Oh, turn 1 Thoughtseize. Yeah, that was just the best time to play that card.
Yeah, not exciting on turn 8 all the time.
No.
So we have
it can be good, but it's not as exciting.
Yep. So we have Champagne here on the left playing the Oops All Spells list with the new modal double face cards versus Baz on Goblins, of course. There, I know Baz on Goblins has got a little bit of a combo in there himself. I know that Goblins is one of those decks that devotes a lot of sideboard slots to beating combo. How do you think this is going to play out?
I think, if I'm being completely honest, I think game 1 is either going to go turn 1 Lackey into turn 2 Muxus, or it's going to go Champagne running boss over.
Yeah.
Lizard, Wizard, Blizzard, thanks for the follow.
That all rhymes. I love it.
Yeah. So yeah, I think game 1 is going to be very, very quickly. It's either going to end very fast in boss's favor, or Champagne's going to go off.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Game 2, there's a lot more potential there with access to potentially Mindbreak Trap, Blood Moon, which I don't even know if boss is playing there yet. But Mindbreak Trap, Thorn of Amethyst are typically Goblins cards that they run against Storm. Which, this is not a Storm deck. It's basically trying to resolve functionally one spell and then just proceed to combo kill you from there. However, making it cost more is going to put the strain on, because that's the thing about Oops All Spells, is that it is function and that's the thing, is the new build of Oops All Spells technically plays lands, but doesn't. Also, hilariously though, with Oops All Spells, you can actually Thoughtseize lands out of your opponent's hand.
Oh, that's true. That is funny.
Yeah.
It looks like Baz doesn't have access to a lot of those tools on the sideboard. He has some Mindbreak Traps in there. But, I mean, like you said, we'll sort of see if Baz gets off a quick start anyway, then he doesn't need Trinisphere or need Thorn of Amethyst or anything. So
yeah.
Looks like Champagne is on the play here for game 1, and both players are more into 6.
Yeah, which is less than ideal. And that's the other thing too here is actually Champagne's kind of advantaged in a sense here, because again, the whole pet deck thing, a lot of people more than likely put boss on Goblins. Champagne, I don't think I've ever seen Champagne play the same deck 2 weeks in a row. Ever.
Yeah. Maybe not in a row. I think they did play in the Did they play Oops All Spells for the Invitational last season?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
However, immediately after, Champagne did not get very far with that there, unfortunately. Switched right back over to other decks. Espervile being, I guess, the main one, but at the same time, there's just so many different options. So
yeah. And I think we've seen the deck also on a fight night once getting to do its thing, because we didn't get a chance to follow it on coverage for the Invitational.
Yeah.
But given the modal double face cards, I'm just excited to see the deck actually, get some resiliency, and hopefully we'll get to see it do its thing this game.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like both players are deciding on the one card to put back, I think. Oh no, we're starting off here. Oh, so we're getting a Chancellor of the Annex here, so this is interesting. So in this case, boss might put Champagne on Reanimator.
Yeah, that's a common thing for them. I certainly wouldn't think of this. Maybe Manaless Dredge, I think, plays it as well. But Champagne choosing to be on the play, I guess, negates that chance.
Yeah.
And Molink. Eternal Thoughtseize in the chat there must also be another Goblin aficionado.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, and that says it too, is that the hard part is game 1. It looks like Champagne didn't even have a card to play there. And so I'm wondering if either they didn't get, it's not Crypt of Agadeem, whatever the Agadeem Awakening, I think it is.
Yeah.
If they don't have the Agadeem Awakening, it can be very hard to actually start the game.
Sure.
And actually, you see Boss here leading off on a wasteland, so now Champagne can't afford to deploy the lands until he can afford to go off the same turn.
Yeah, just Lotus Petal lands there. Although we see Baz not playing anything on turn 1 either, just because it'll get countered. So seeing a little bit of slowdown because of the Chancellor anyway. Champagne knows that there's not really anything they have to do for the first couple turns here.
Yeah. So we're going to say 2 here. I'm assuming this is going to be an Aether Vial. Yeah.
Yep.
So this is going to pay for the Chancellor and turn it off now. Yeah, that's a very good point there, Lizard. Yeah, Mind Grind beats Oops All Spells. 3 mana, mill your whole deck. Okay.
All right. So we see a discard to hand size here.
Yep.
Still looks like Reanimator, honestly. Looks like Reanimator that molded to 6 and doesn't have a way to pitch.
Yeah. I actually really like also discarding the Chancellor there because it gives no additional information on anything.
Yeah.
I imagine Boss has to figure some things up because that no Reanimator deck would have had nothing to do for 3 days. Hi, kitty.
Oh, we have a little guest on stream there. Cute.
Yeah. This is Mia. We see a Goblin Matron here, though, from Boss, so...
Yeah. I mean, if there's some sort of splashy play in hand, I assume this has to be Goblin Lackeys to get in off Aether Vial.
Yeah. He's grabbing the Muxus. Okay.
Maybe he already has Solaki then.
Could be. Another thing we could see is maybe an end step deploy of a Skirk Prospector.
True. Yep. So Champagne might not have a lot of time
a Pact
there.
of Negation. Okay, so that's an automatic. Boss knows he's not a Reanimator anymore.
Yeah. So yeah, there's
so Lackey. End step Lackey. Okay.
And this will be my first time actually seeing Muxus happen on stream. Today's an exciting day.
Yeah, unless somehow this Lackey just gets murdered somehow. I don't really see that happening.
I mean, we have Simian Spirit Guide in the deck. There could be a Lightning Bolt. We don't know.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, we have deck lists. I assume there's hard zero removal. Oh, there's some Slaughter Pact in the
there's
sideboard.
Nothing that Champagne can interact with this with.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to get 2 damage dealt over here. And we're going to get a Lackey come in. We're going to see a Muxus on stream here. Let's see how this goes. Land. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow, that's good.
Oh.
So there's a reason why anyone who's ever thinking like Muxus can't be that good, it's a 6-drop in Legacy. This is exactly why you play Muxus no matter what version of the deck you're running, is because Muxus is just so busted. So he's going to get 4 creatures here, make 2 more tokens. So functionally, this Muxus or this Lackey makes 7 bodies. And he's also going to functionally get to draw 4 cards here, or up to 4 cards.
Oh, another ringleader. I thought at least one ringleader there.
Yeah, which is super gross.
Yeah, unfortunate he didn't hit any of the hasters, right? I don't see any of them.
He still doesn't have any haste. So he flipped ringleader, and a Skirk Prospector as well. Oh my gosh. So if he can go Prospector now, and then he has something in his hand, he can just keep going off. Like, the haste is not going to matter this turn because he's already attacked.
Oh, that's fair. You're right.
But just, oh man.
Yeah,
Muxus can get lethal very easily. So this is pretty much exactly the turn, I guess, we kind of needed there. It wasn't really a turn 1 Lackey into a turn 2 Muxus, but with Champagne having a bit of a slower start, this is exactly what Boss needs in order to beat Oops All Spells game 1.
Yeah.
So and we are going to see the Skirk right here, though.
And he doesn't even... Oh, just making tokens here. I mean, this is close to lethal just from the Goblins on board through the Sling Gang there. That's...
Yeah. I wonder if that's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, I don't think he can get there this turn unless he can... Because every token he sacks for mana is another life he can't drain off of Sling Gang. Unless he makes some friends. All right, Ringleader brings friends.
Let's see what we get here.
I would...
Port. Oh, a Pashalik Wands. That's lethal. Oh, man. This is probably lethal.
Wow, the one of in there. Yeah, so that doubles the triggers for Sling Gang. And I think that Bash just wins on the spot here.
I'm pretty sure this Pashalik Wands is lethal.
Because each goblin now deals 2 damage, and he has plenty out there.
Yeah.
And Skirk Prospector, Pashalik also being a nice combo to casually get a couple damage in while casting more goblins as well.
Yeah. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then
Champagne should be
yeah, so he's got 18 damage while leaving Pashalik Mons and Sling Gang Lieutenant behind.
Yeah, well, plus Champagne is at 18 because of the Lackey and Matron hit here anyway.
Oh, wow, yeah, so that is just pure lethal.
Yeah.
Wow, what a start from Goblins. Holy cow.
Champagne,
that was fantastic.
That was a slow hand from Champagne for sure, but that's what Baz needed there. I imagine going down to 5 cards is painful for Oops All Spells.
Oh, definitely.
We'll check out the sideboards here. Champagne with a lot of 2, 3, and 4-ofs. A couple Slaughter Pact, 3 Nature's Claim, 2 Thoughtseize, 2 Xantid Swarm, 4 Force of Vigor, and 2 more Chancellor of the Annex to go with the 2 in the main deck. Do you bring anything in, or do you leave it full combo?
I'm not gonna lie. I actually kind of like the Slaughter Pact here.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe not, because you'd want Slaughter Pact for Lackey more than anything else, and the problem is Lackey has the potential to come down before you'd be able to pay for the cost on it.
Yeah, I mean, you could Dark Ritual Slaughter Pact, I guess, to pay for the upkeep, but
you could do that.
That's asking a lot. So I also wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see it, because getting 3 lands out in time to blank Goblin Lackey is just not going to happen. There'd have to be some acceleration there.
Yeah, exactly, Doc. Yeah, you need to respect Goblins as a deck because it can have starts like that. Just unbelievable.
And we teased Baz's sideboard a little bit before we started here. 1 Caracas, a Grafdigger's Cage, Pithing Needle, Pyroblast, Red Blast, Relic of Progenitus, 2 Surgical Extractions, a Tarfire, 2 Mindbreak Trap, 2 Pyrokinesis, and 2 Chalice of the Void. What are you bringing in here?
I'm bringing in the Mindbreak Traps, and I'm bringing in the Relic of Progenitus, and I'm also bringing in Grafdigger's Cage.
Yeah, it's hard to know. Baz only saw a couple of cards that indicated it's an unfair Chancellor of the Annex and Pact Negation. Knows that there's something up on the other side there. I would be tempted with the Surgicals just because I know that unfair decks typically get hosed by Surgical a lot.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you've got to deal 20 damage before Champagne just runs over you. So
yeah, I understand it. The way I look at it, though, is Grafdigger's Cage stops the combo, Relic of Progenitus. Because the thing about Oops All Spells and Champagne's thing, we've seen Tensai on stream a lot with Cephalid Breakfast, is he's trying to do the same thing where he mills his whole deck and then reanimates the Thassa's Oracle to get the win. However, in Champagne, or in Tensai's case with the Cephalid Breakfast, you can put 3 cards in at a time, and then you can stop in between. So your opponent has to be very careful when they do it. Whereas in Champagne's case, the whole deck is gone on a single trigger. So the whole deck will go away. All the Narcomoebas will go on the stack at once. And if you have a Relic of Progenitus, you just pop exile the whole graveyard.
Yeah, that's true. And I guess if they go immediately for the Dread Return, you never actually get priority to take care of it. Actually, you could do it in response to the Narcomoeba triggers.
Yeah. And that's just it, is you fill everything over, and then when because the Narcomoeba triggers will go on the stack, but it's going to continue to mill until the Balustrade Spy or the Undercity Informer trigger is resolved. Yeah,
turn 1 Thoughtseize there in chat pointing out what I was talking about. So the entire deck goes in the graveyard. Narcomoeba triggers on the stack. With the Narcomoeba triggers on the stack, you could Surgical the Dread Return.
That's also a good point too, or the Thassa's Oracle.
Yeah, but like you pointed out, Pithing Needle is just another tool that completely stops it.
Yeah, Relic or Grafdigger's Cage, not Pithing Needle, I don't think. Unless there's something about Pithing Needle.
I'm sorry, no, definitely Grafdigger's Cage there. The wrong 1-mana artifact.
Yeah. Chalice on 0 could be good as well. It does stop the it stops the Lotus Petals, and it also stops the Chrome Mox.
Yep.
But it doesn't really stop much else, is the only issue.
Yeah. Chalice on 1 turns off rituals, but there's not a whole lot else that I care about. Chalice on 0 also weirdly stops all of the packs, though. That's nice.
Yeah. Also, though, I would not bring in Chalice this game with Boss being on the draw. Because the Chalice on 0 needs to be turn 1 in order to be good.
Yeah.
Right. So if Boss loses this game, then I could probably see bringing in Chalice for game 3.
Yeah. In his seat, I'm still not totally convinced or totally not sure what my opponent is on.
Yeah.
So if I think it's just some generic unfair combo deck, then I might not. I might leave the Chalices out.
Yeah.
But it's hard. That's definitely one of those skills that needs polishing in Legacy that I'm not super great at. Is identifying your opponent's exact deck from as few cards as possible.
Yeah. We get to see the deck list and everything else like that, but
yeah, the bird's eye view of the matchup definitely makes it a little bit easier there.
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, Baz is a regular, Champagne is a regular. Champagne knows that Baz plays Goblins. Baz knows that Champagne has played Oops All Spells a few times, so
Yeah.
While they're getting shoveled up here, just want to remind everyone that we have our league starting up here. Prez is one of the mods that is running that for us. Do you want to talk about the league, Prez?
Yeah. So every month we run a monthly league, and it's basically a kind of a free-for-all in a sense, whereas that you sign up for the league, you get broken up into pods, and then you have to play round robin. So everybody in your pod, if there's 6 people in your pod, you have to play all 5 of them. Then the winner of each pod will move on to a cut to top 8. So this is Champagne with his MDFC card there. That's not an illegal proxy. It's just a marker card.
Yeah.
So we have the monthly league will be firing up on Tuesday, January 5th. So would advise signing up before that. It's definitely a good time though. You can come hang out, and basically it's kind of nice versus these tournaments here on the weekend because you get to play at your own pace. You have 2 weeks to basically do 5 matches versus 5 matches in one day. So
yeah, the flexibility has been helpful for a lot of players, it seems like.
Yeah. But yeah, we have here, looks like a Agadeem's Awakening, playing it out in the land form, Champagne paying 3, and then going into Cabal Therapy right away. So I'm not sure if Boss is thinking or Champagne is thinking on what to name here. So it looks like the name.
Blind Therapy for Champagne against Goblins. What are you naming here?
Against Goblins, I'd probably name Goblin Lackey here.
Yeah. Naming Grafter's Cage.
It's a good name. Good name for sure.
Yeah. I feel like Champagne doesn't have the luxury of having a lot of backup win conditions. So I can see Grafter's Cage. In the blind, I'm worried about Goblin Lackey or Ether Vial, I think. Yeah. Or maybe even Muxus. But Grafter's Cage definitely does shut you down, whereas the other cards just kill you slowly.
Yeah. So is that a turn Timber Symbiosis you just played this turn, or I can't remember.
Yeah, the only two are Turn Timber is the green one, and Agadeem is the black one. I think those are the only two ones in the deck. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
one note here as well is that we have seen Oops All Spells in the finals of one of our leagues before, but that was the blue-black version. So it was running the Seagate. What the hell is the big card called?
Seagate Stormcaller?
No. The 7-mana one.
Oh, the one that turns into a blue land.
Yeah.
Not Oracle. I'm just gonna say the same words over and over. I don't remember the name of that card.
Yeah. Either way. Regardless, we see here Champagne milling over the whole deck there. So yeah, Champagne needs to show the graveyard there. So he pulls all the Narcomoebas out there right away. Triggers for them on the stack. And then 3 Narcomoebas come in. I'm assuming interesting.
Seagate Restoration. There we go.
There you go, yeah. So it looks like we're trying to get a flashback therapy here, and then we're getting a pyrokinesis in response. Interesting. So this is actually going to kill the 3 of the Narcomoebas. So this will mean that we're going to get the pact negation right there. Wow.
Sad.
However, I don't even think that would really help anyway, because with the bridge from below in the yard, it should make the zombies in order to replace them.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't consider that. There is one bridge from below in the list. I assume it wasn't sideboarded out?
I'd assume not.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we just see right there, flashback for the therapy, try to take the pyrokinesis out, I would imagine, and then just keep on going from there.
Yeah. Baz found the opening there. Unfortunately, Champagne had the counter for it.
So what happened was that when the 4 triggers went on the stack, the first 3 came in, and then in response, Boss tried to pyrokinesis before the 4th one came in.
Yep. According to our table spotter, that is also what happened, and I was just listening and watching, not paying attention to Astrid at that very second.
Yep. Special thanks to Astrid and Mr. Jack Dax as well for helping us out with streaming and for table spotting today, and Dr. Leo for running the tournament.
Yep.
So
takes a lot of bodies to keep one of these events going on a Saturday.
Yeah, definitely. So for sideboard here, again, we have 1 Caracas, 1 Grafdigger's Cage, 1 Pithing Needle, 1 Pyroblast, 1 REB, 1 Relic of Progenitus, 2 Surgical Extraction, 1 Tarfire, 2 Mindbreak Trap, 2 Pyrokinesis, and 2 Chalice of the Void. Do you think anything changes? Because we did see Pyrokinesis in that game.
Yeah. Which tells me that Baz probably just isn't going to make any changes here and knew what he was up against. Because Pyrokinesis is not a card I would bring in, against generic combo decks.
I might. I don't know if Boss asked about it or not on how many bridges were in the deck, but I could definitely see Surgical being a big thing here, or potentially even. I guess Tarfire's too slow, but Surgical could be a thing because in that exact scenario, just like last time, when you get the Narcomoebas on the stack, if you Surgical the bridge, then you end up pyrokinesising them, then they can't come back from that.
Yeah. So players are tied now 1-1. I assume we're going to see Baz on the play this game.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
So that'll be one, we'll see if Baz ends up having to mull to some sort of hate piece or can get it on turn 1 here. Welcome, Grome. Thank you for the follow.
Yes, thank you very much.
Possibly also Jerome. Hard to know. Jerome?
Jerome.
People get creative. The Eternally Surprised here too. Thanks for the follow.
Yeah, actually, Jack, that's a good point too. Surgical just on the Dread Return alone wins, and you don't even have to worry about it.
Yeah. I think that's what we're talking about between games 1 and 2 there, with either Surgical the Dread Return or Surgical the Oracle.
Yeah. Because that's just it. Even with the bridge from below, it doesn't matter how many zombies you make, you will die in your draw step.
Yeah. Unless, is there a Elixir of Immortality in the list somewhere?
I doubt it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm kidding. Yeah, a little bit of standard back there.
Yeah.
Still shuffling up on Champagne side. I actually didn't notice if they went back to the well for sideboarding there, or if.
I don't think Boss did. I think Boss is just going to run it back. I wasn't paying attention to if Champagne was sideboarding or not, but Boss was done very, very quickly. I'm pretty sure he just went straight up shuffle up and then on he went. So.
Yeah. Turn 1 Thoughtseize there in chat. I don't remember why, but I think there's a reason to Surgical to return rather than the Oracle. I would be curious to know the reason for that too, since Dread Return is sorcery speed and there's only one of each card in the deck. I'm not sure what the difference would be, but I would love to know what that kind of tech is, because I like to know how to play tight whenever necessary. Is that fire any neurons for you, Press?
Is that which, sorry?
Okay, someone in the I was trying to figure out what turn 1 Thoughtseize was talking about there. He cast the Dread Return, so just remove that. Oracle's never cast in this version.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if it's stranded in the graveyard, then.
Yeah, you'd have to have exactly Lotus Petal, Chrome Mox, or something like that in order to get through. And this Grafdigger's Cage is huge now, so Champagne has to answer this Grafdigger's Cage before he can try going off.
Yeah, and I think all we have there are the Force of Vigors, if I remember right.
There's also a Nature's Claim, I believe, as well.
Oh, you're right. 3 Nature's Claim, 4 Force of Vigor. Okay. Well, I guess we'll see how many of those Champagne is expecting there. I mean, they respected it enough to turn 1 Blind Cabal Therapy against Baz, so. Something involving a way to protect creatures in the yard. Okay. I don't recognize what card that is offhand, but that wouldn't surprise me. There's a lot of goofy cards out there.
Yeah. That's the other thing, too, is that it's kind of just, whatever's going on with... You never know what the flex slots in this deck are doing. So we actually are going to see the Chalice on 0 here. So it looks like Boss would have brought it in last game, or they did bring it in for this game as well.
That's a lot for Champagne to work through. And I guess that's exactly 1 Force of Vigor, so maybe not the biggest deal, but
yeah.
Still a lot going on there. We're just going to see the upkeep port, so pitch the Thassa's Oracle. Be real sad if there's a surgical in that hand over there on Baz's side, which we're getting a little glimpse.
Oh, there is a Mindbreak Trap in hand. Oh gosh. Wow. Did Boss just straight up surgical the Thassa's Oracle? Oh, that's so bad.
It looks like Champagne actually just picked up their cards before the surgical even went on the stack, but
must have seen the Mindbreak Trap and just was done.
Yeah, wow. Maybe Maz may have said it out loud. We're going to get a little taste of the sideboarding action here. We've seen all the cards already out of Baz, but we see a couple Force Figures out of Champagne.
Yeah. So, other thing I just want to point out as well, Boss is the first player on our Discord now to have won 4 weekly events, and this will be a playset of tokens for Boss.
Yeah, the person playing Doomsday, whose name escapes me at this very second.
Black Sky Doc.
There we go, thank you. Did they win 4 also? I thought they had a split.
No, Black Sky Doc is currently on 3 championships, I believe.
Gotcha. Well, that was a quick game 3 there. So for
looks like Boss actually boarded out a lot of the other action there. Looks like the Aether Vials came out.
Yeah, he has a sideboard plan against combo that involves bringing a lot of cards in, and so it wouldn't surprise me if there's just like a set 8-10 cards that he takes out when he boards against combo.
Yeah, looks like we're seeing the 4 Force of Vigors and then 2 copies of Thoughtseize from Champagne.
It is cleared out just a little bit. I can't quite tell. I was actually thinking that might be Nature's Claim because the color maybe matches the Force of Vigors, but I actually can't quite tell.
Oh, did Black Sky win 4 times? Okay, never mind. So Boss is the second player to win 4 times then.
I would say, boo, how does it feel to be second? But, I have 0 under my belt at this point, so...
I don't have any wins under my belt either, but...
Yeah. I think I managed a sweet 3-2 at some point in my life.
Yeah.
But anyway, well, that was a quick game 3. Nice finals there. Congratulations, Baz. Check out the league that Prez mentioned. We have some information on our Discord and !League here in chat. We are going to get signed off, everyone. Have a good
thanks very much, and have a good one, and hope to see you over on the Discord there. Have a good day, and peace out.